Hey guys, Mason here, Cardinal Gaming. Appreciate you guys clicking on the video, supporting the channel, supporting the store, like you guys always do. Today, we're going to have a little bit of a look at Silver Tempest, the next set coming out, and just, wow, kind of crazy. We'll be getting pre-release stuff next week to do pre-release this following weekend. It's going to be crazy, it's going to be wild, so fast. Lost Origins got pushed back a little bit. So we were kind of crunched now in between Silver Tempest and Lost Origin. So Silver Tempest is already here for this winter set. It's going to be crazy. So let's take a look at see what we got going on. Of course, there's a couple resources I like to use. PokeBeach is always good. Sourced information that is vetted, typically really good. And then this website here, Justin Basil, also kind of works hand in hand with PokeBeach. And it does a really great job about filling out the perspective like trainer galleries and then the set lists and things. So we're going to use their website here and take a look at the visual set list for Silver Tempest. It's kind of nice. It kind of breaks it down into typing and stuff as we move through. So it's going to be really cool. Let's take a look and see what we see, what stands out to us. So, interesting here in the grass typings, Sviperia is getting a V-Star. That is getting a little bit of hype. I think it's on a pack art as well. So, we actually have the English translations. We have a lot of English translations for these already, which is unusual. Typically we see the Japanese versions and then the English, not until sometimes after the set releases. But we seem to have, even like for the, spoiler, Lugia Altart coming very, very soon that we'll see. We saw the English version before we saw the Japanese version, which is, again, very odd, very unusual. But it's interesting. So, Superior V-Star, it's kind of the big grass typing. We'll see if grass does anything in this set, because they also have a Radiant. Oh boy, what's this Pokemon? This is the Queen high-heeled radish thing. Sorry, I forget. But also the first Radiant here has an ability. I don't think it does anything crazy, but normally we're seeing people talking about like the Radiant Alakazam and the other Radiants in the set. So, grass looking, per usual, not that hot, but we'll see. I think there's a couple other things that are missing out of this as well. They try to assemble things as best they can just to see what it's all about, but, yeah, sometimes they don't always get them all. Fire, looking good. We got, this is interesting, a Reshiram here in, fire. That's kind of a cool little fire typing. Got my boy Arcanine looking pretty sick, looking fierce over there, liking that a lot. I love this art for oh boy, man. I tell you, I look at a Japanese card and my brain blanks at the names of these Pokemon. It's in right here. Boy, man, just roast me in the comments for not knowing this Pokemon's name. It's in Smash Ultimate. I don't know why I don't know it, but here we go, blanking. So here's the big like poster child for the set is the Alolan Vulpix. Again, kind of a weird choice, but I do get it. You know, if we're going for like a snowy theme, you want like the snowy type Pokemon. Lugia isn't exactly a snow type Pokemon. Alolan Vulpix is. Why we don't have Alolan Ninetales looking absolutely majestic, fantastic, I have no idea. But we're going Alolan Vulpix with the V-Star. Got a V-Star ability that has no energy cost, so that's kind of a neat thing. We'll I don't know if there's English translations for these yet, but we'll take a look. Some of them like really cool art, just water types, ice types, getting a lot of snow stuff. Kind of like a a great value trainer gallery here, kind of a thing, kind of a generic pose, but with what's that, Candace in the background. Looking down to Electrics, let's see. Rekoleki's another pack art Pokemon. Should be an interesting little addition to the kind of like, I guess, rogue at this point electric decks that are out there. Not a whole lot of confirmed in this little block here. I'm sure we'll probably get some more than these. Zeraora always gets interesting Pokemon cards. One attack for 30, and who knows what it says. Might be spicy. Raichu looking like a little cutie boy there, looking like a pudgy, aggressive Pokemon there. Sick. Yeah. So if you haven't seen this guy yet, really sick looking card. the Radiant Alakazam. Ability is okay. Also, I think it moves damage counters around on your opponent's side. Might be interesting with all these Lost Zone kind of decks floating around. Might be interesting to see if anybody makes something crazy with that. Hypno, another Condi art. That the same guy that did the Giratina alt art. So cool to see that. I think this is a Conda as well, right? No, that's a Komiya. Kind of has like similar feel to it though, right? Kind of looks very similar. Jinx, whew, man. And then another like a little thing that people are hyped about is there's an alt art in the set of the Unknowns. So this is kind of just like a cool, kind of different thing. There's a Gardevoir in the set. Mawile getting a V and a V star. That's kind of cool. Art's kind of killing it on this set still. I like this a lot. Esper in a little knitted version. That was always neat to see. There's a little, look at this guy. Hanging out in the snow. Little sad boy. Dreepy. I swear every set has a freaking Dragapult in it. I love Dragapult. It's one of my favorite with a new Pokemon, but every freaking set sees one. It's kind of weird. Hisuian Arcanine gets a V. That's kind of hype. Wish it was the regular one to get any sort of ultra rare at this point, but that's fine. We'll take it. Fighting type looking kind of sparse in here through here as well. Probably more that are not confirmed through here. Ursaluna is Ursaluna, right? Again, sorry, if I don't have the names in front of me, I'm gonna confuse them. I think this card is really good. I think it's winning some tournaments over there. So fighting might be seeing a little resurgence, which is kind of interesting. Stuntank is an interesting guy too. Also has an alt that we'll be scrolling down through to see. Dark typing, kind of haven't heard too much about these. Normally the Zubat, Crobat line kind of has like a cool little thing going on. Kind of looks pretty meh on this front. This if this was maybe a double colorless, it might be interesting, but with a 3 colorless, might not be super playable, even if it is something that's good. Here we actually have an English version of the Radiant Jirachi. Good looking card. I think in person this thing is gonna hit pretty good. An interesting card. It's not like super great. I can't think of a huge amount of playability that it might have. But some lists might play it just because it's really close to being like really good. But again, you can only have one of these, and Radiant Greninja is just so good as a card. We'll see if this stays as a thing. The Astral Misfortune kind of sounds interesting. If you flip coins and they're both heads, the opponent's actual Pokemon is knocked out. Yeah, it's kind of cheeky, but good luck on flipping those heads. Steel, getting the normal gambit of Pokemon that we typically see. Another Magearna V, because they keep pushing that Pokemon for whatever reason. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to always see it's always the same Steel type Pokemon, or Metal type Pokemon. Dragons, we see a lot of with the Regidrago. This card might be good. Also, a pack art Pokemon for the set. It's just got a weird flavor of the set, and I'll talk about that later on. But just my general feel for it. But just kind of looking through the card, absolutely gorgeous, fantastic Lugia. Just for the regular art, I mean, Arita just doing his thing, making beautiful cards. And then the Ho-Oh as well. Another very, very cool feel. Very reminiscent of I get that Legend half from Heart Gold Soul Silver vibe to them. Very, very cool. Just cool looking cards. Lugia, obviously the big chase for this set. The V and the V Star gonna be seen play. It has colors typing, so it's going to have some versatility to be able to be maybe dropped into some things that have space for it, or just kind of run its own thing. We'll see. But it is a very good card, very interesting card, and of course, being the poster for the set with the Lugia, it's the set is shaping up to be kind of not. It's not like super crazy. It's not a Brilliant Stars. It's not a Evolving Skies. It's not anything like that. But it's definitely getting to the point to where, you know, these sets are good. They're refreshing to see. There's new stuff. There's Pokemon that obviously we don't have V's, V stars of. Definitely a lot of Pokemon that we don't have alt arts that can do with an alt art. So we're seeing a little mix and just kind of like a nice pacing of, you know, the types of things and the cards and things that are going in the meta that Pokemon is wanting to see. The meta is super good right now. When rotation happens, it's going to really shake things up, and a lot of these cards are going to be seeing elevated play. We got Lance searches for Dragon Pokemon. Candace, I believe, is who that is. Give some more support for water, but I don't know if it's going to replace Irida. Just some other well-known supporters in here. A couple more nice energy cards that I haven't really read yet, but the colorless typing of those, they normally always have some sort of shenanigans to them, so we'll see. But taking a look at the full arts, and then we'll go into the alt arts and take a look and see what we got going on. Very interesting to see. Just cool looking full arts. Alolan Vulpix looking like a little cutie. Unknown, and that's the full art, and then this is the alt art for it. Kind of a cool little thing to see. And it reads the attack name. It's spelling out in the unknown if you kind of zigzag it a little bit, which is a cool little thing. We'll see it in English better when we have it. Victory something. It's called Victory something, but yeah. Stuntank is getting an alt art. It's a cute card. I bet in person this is a really cute card. It's gonna look very like that, very like pastel, nice colors through here. It's like a little den with a little Paris up top there. So it's a cute card. Very like reminiscent of like like those kids like zoo books or something like that. You'll see like a cross cut out of like how like foxes or whatever make their burrows or whatever. Just like a cute little neat card. Regidrago with its alt art again in person probably slaps. It's gonna look really good. Got the Lugia in the background just chilling because, you know, may as well stonk this one too. This is probably gonna be the second big chase alt of the set. Has like a very like, you know, ruinous like kind of like a Dark Souls, Elder Scrolls kind of vibe to it. It's kind of like a neat looking card for sure. And then the big slapper is this Lugia alt art. People have mixed reviews on this. I'm kind of surprised at how mixed people are about this card. It's kind of weird to get a vibe. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this alt art. I think it's in person, the colors through here look a lot more rainbowish, and I don't know if they have like some sort of special effect right through here, but it has like a nice little like kind of like how the water mist kind of creates a rainbow when it shines through it. Same kind of effect on this card, really. Kind of has like a weird like rainbow effect right here, which is kind of a neat effect. But yeah, in person, this card I think is going to look great. In all the pictures, it kind of looks kind of meh, but I think same thing like the Giratina alt art. When you get this in your hands, it's going to look really good. It's going to be a really impressive piece on this card art. So, again, we got the Japanese version here again, but I saw the English version first, so I'm not sure why they did that. But, you know, this card in Japan is already pre-ordering our no, it released last weekend. This card is up to, it started out, if you guys don't know, it's kind of like a weird place to drop this in the middle of a video, but YouTuber OKJLove, I absolutely love his content. It's OK, the letter J, and then LUV. Just super awesome Japanese collector from Australia. Talks about the cards, talks about the card art, and talks about like the market aspect and collecting aspect of it. And he's talked at length in several videos about particularly this card and just all the Japanese alt arts in general. Just a good channel. Shout out to OKJLove. But this card is already selling for like $700 in Japan, which is just goofy. And you know, if Japan's gonna have this type of hype behind it, I think this card if Guillotine is holding above $200, this card is definitely going to come out of the gates, probably at somewhere in like the 250, 300 range, and I don't think it's going to move below the 200. If Guillotine is holding it at 200, there's no reason in my mind that this card can't also stay and be a chase and be just a super expensive card for the set. Say what you want about the art. Please let me know what you think about it. I almost did like a poll to see what people felt about it, but I think it's a cool card. Again, in person, it's gonna hit, and yeah, it's definitely, if you need a chase for the set, there's no reason why this can't do the job for you. Also, Ho-Oh getting a good art, and just a full art, man. Just Ho-Oh looks great on a card. Every art of Ho-Oh looks great, so nice to see it get a full art. And then we got some waifus, and even like some surprise waifu. I think this is just like, it's just called Worker or something, but it's like, okay, sure. It's kind of like the welder kind of effect, where it's just like, where it was a female welder like zipping up her or zipping down, heyo, whatever version or she was doing that card, kind of has like a similar cute effect. We got I think it's Candace, right? And then the girl from what is that, Black and White, right? Or XY, no, Black and White, one of those, 5 or 6. Come on, guys, I don't. I'm old. I've seen them all. And seen them release. They all blur together. I'm sorry, but yeah, definitely some waifu power throughout in this set. And the rainbows. We'll see if they change things up here. But interesting little gold cards as well. Got the Gape Drop Bog, which is an interesting card to see. Got a little stunky in there, so that's kind of cute. Lugia gets a gold. Viper gets a gold. This is Energy Switch Retrieval. One of those. It's a good card that needs a gold. And then this camo thing. It's called camo suit, camouflage suit, something. It's gonna be a good card once all the other stuff rotates out too. So that is all that is confirmed currently in the set. I do want to jump over to the trainer gallery. I know we're going a little long, but I'll go a little bit faster. I'm sorry. We're looking at set list. Look at set list. The perspective for trainer gallery in here. And they do have a like entire thing with just all these, but it's kind of messed up because it's not showing all of the things. This is because if we were to believe the leaked video from that showed all of the trainer gallery stuff, we know that we're getting a Mew in the trainer gallery subset, and there's not a Mew listed in this list, I don't believe. No, I don't see one. So kind of weird. Obviously, this is all speculation. We don't have an entire set list yet. We will very, very soon. As you can see, this is the predicted trainer gallery. That was for here. And obviously, we'll still be in a lot of these. But again, we are missing some out of here, and these may also fall out and go into our specialty set before Scarlet and Violet come out. We'll just have to see. We don't know yet. But as far, let's just say if this comes out as is, and this is a subset, obviously they're Quasi VMAX. This kind of a different pose that we haven't seen. Very, very cute card. Very, very cool. Definitely would be one of the chases for this set. Barnett, we haven't seen a full art of. That's the one that V Union Pokemon love. Not really necessarily a playable card, but a cool card. Raihan is a very playable card that is going to be cool to have a trainer gallery of. This one, Friends of Galar, we haven't ever seen in English. I am iffy if this makes it in the English set. I would be surprised if this is not held out for the big celebration end of Sword and Shield set coming up here in beginning of the year. But yeah, a lot of these are great cards. Blaziken VMAX, super cool, just looking cards. Those are still very expensive cards. Malwa V getting a little love. So we might see that in the set. But all in all, Trainer Gallery that is, I don't think as strong. I don't have like a big standout winner other than the Rayquaza VMAX that's here. But a good Trainer Gallery. And an interesting little mix of things. Let's see. Yeah, those are all speculative stuff. So, not as strong as a Trainer Gallery for sure, but still awesome cards, cool stuff that people will want and to add to their collections. Again, Trainer Galleries have just been absolutely revolutionary in how they have shaped this, how Pokemon makes sets in English and just in general. So obviously, super cool cards, super awesome cards, and really adds to the value and makes the sets when you open it not feel as bad. So let's talk about just the value real quick. I know, 20 minutes. Come on, Mason. Turn me on 1.5 speed. It's fine. You're good. Obviously, prices are holding. I think they're right at $105 a box, and again, that's pretty normal. When these days when we have to pay almost $90 wholesale for this stuff, yeah, seeing stuff for below 100 online is just not a real possibility. But yeah, we should use that as a barometer. Like, if it's over $100, it's gonna be a good set, and people are hype. If it's below $100, people are not hype. Silver Tempest, again, kind of like Lost Origin, has like a really neat feel to it. Kind of has a cool the winter vibe to it is neat. Obviously, Lugia is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting, much like in Lost Origin. Giratina also did a lot of heavy lifting for that set, as far as like wanting to chase it and run it down. Trainer Gallery also puts in work, so no shade there. But yeah, all in all, it's Silver Tempest is going to be it's a solid set right there. As far as like collectability wise, it does have a lot of cool cards in it. Kind of weird choices for Pokemon in it. With all like I'm not a big fan of like the unknown, like fossil, kind of weird, like Gen 2 vibe to it. That's not my preference, but I know a lot of people were excited about seeing that kind of stuff return, and unknown and that kind of stuff. So that's cool. Like, my opinion does not as matter, because Lost Origin was like my set, because I love Psychic Pokemon. I love that whole like vibe. Released a whole new, or brought back a whole new mechanic for Pokemon, just in a single set, and made that viable. I don't see a lot of like, meta takeover in this set, which is, not every set can be like metaforming, right? But this one is definitely kind of more of a collectible, like, kind of like just an enjoyable set to open. Silver Tempest, again, we'll see what the absolute total set list looks like. Trying to gallery what it all looks like. If we get that nativity scene Mew and stuff like that, it's gonna bump up and elevate a lot of the stuff a lot more higher in my books. That definitely is gonna help. But as it is right now, I think it's just solid. It's a solid set. It's not poopy. It's not fantastic. It's definitely kind of a middle of the road for even in this year of release. To be completely honest with you. But it is a fun set. It's good. It's gonna be a fun set to open. It's got a lot of cute cards in it. It has a lot going for it in that regard. Long term, what am I thinking? This is gonna be one of the sets where I think it gives me like Chilling Reign vibes. To be completely honest, it seems like it's not a super stonker right out of the gate. You kind of think of Chilling Reign as like not super hype. You kind of have like on the horizon, we have first Charizard UPCs, and then we have like this big hype, super awesome set coming in late this year in Japan, and then into the next year here in English, and that's going to steal a lot of the thunder from this set. But I think it'll get its own appreciation. It's going to have a little resurgence, I think, long term, and people are going to come back to it and be kind of appreciate the winter vibe and the kind of like the set feel that it just has like a cool just feel to it. Again, Gen 2 kind of like cool, like Neo Gen kind of reminiscent kind of stuff. It really has a really neat vibe to it, if you ask me. But but yeah, not a super stonker, but not a stinker either. So, stinker or stonker, that's going to be a new series coming up. No, I'm kidding. Maybe. We'll see. But I appreciate you guys all just going through the set with me, kind of listening to my thoughts. This is just my first impressions. We will see, obviously, as we get close to release. Again, people are kind of like getting caught off guard a little bit and being like, oh, shoot, new set, okay. So, we'll see what the reception is and how it sells. Obviously, sealed product in a lot of TCGs is down, but Pokemon has been holding strong. I still sell out of booster boxes all the time for Lost Origin. People are still loving that set, still buying the set. I don't see why this would be any different. So, all in all, Pokemon continues to chug along and do its thing. And again, just a solid set for Pokemon here in Silver Tempest. But if you stayed this long, appreciate y'all. I will see you guys in the next videos where I talk about, I got a whole list of stuff coming back from Collecticon, so I got a bunch of stuff I want to I'm reinvigorated to look at things and do things differently again. I try to do things kind of like a revamp or reboot of the channel. Trying to put more content out there for you. So hopefully you like this. Give me your thoughts down below. What do you think, particularly about the Lugia art? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Appreciate you.